Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here in this another episode of Vegan Police TV. This episode may be a short one, I've got my fingers crossed on that, and this is just a short rant from me, and I want to make it clear that Gary Francione is not the voice for abolition. He is not the spokesperson for abolition. He has just one theory. Now, obviously his approach is, his theory is called the abolitionist approach. There are other people that had theories that make a lot more sense. For example, people like Tom Reagan. Now, this is the thing. If I see one more person on YouTube talk about abolition and then go in to talk about Francione, then I'm seriously going to just start pulling hair out, because when people start talking about that matter of factly and saying, hey, well, this is wrong because Francione says this, hey, hang on, that's Francione's approach. People may not have Francione's approach. People may not even subscribe to Francione's theory, which I don't. If my views have to be labelled down to something, people will say they're abolitionist views. I don't think that they are, because everyone's an abolitionist, just the same as everyone's a welfarist. What my views are is for other animals to be given equal consideration. Regardless of human interaction with other animals, there will be a point in time where the rights of either human or the rights of the animal will be violated. Using pets, for example, I don't think I've spoken about pets. I'll have a bit of a longer rant about that. There is a point in time where you're keeping a pet. Now, what rights are acceptable for you to infringe on and which ones aren't. Obviously, the right to life is a good one. You're not willing to infringe on that, which is why you're keeping the animals in the first place. How about the right to to their own sexual expression? Well, you've restricted that. You've infringed that right because you've had the animal desexed, because you want to control the animal, because we're being told, hey, if you rip their organ, rip their genitalia out, then they'll become more compliant, or they'll do this, they'll become more docile. Well, that's the thing. The rights for other animals not to be treated as property. Well, by you having a pet, you're treating that animal as property. So, anyway, before I go into that huge long discussion about that, because it's just, it gets into a murky thing, and that's not something I want to talk about in this one. So, this one is, yes, Francione isn't the voice. Yes, he had a book 20 years ago now, or 15 years ago, or the 80s, or anyway, whenever it was. It may have been relevant at the time, because it's, of what he spoke about, which he just built on things that were discussed by Tom Reagan in his book of a similar title, which I think Reagan's was The Case for Animal Rights. And this is the thing, for Francione to and his followers to incorrectly claim that Francione's the creator of it. No, he's not. He's just taken bits and pieces from Singer, from Reagan, and from all the other philosophers and theorists who came before him, and wrote a book about it. Now, this is the thing, is that without getting into too much of a continual dig at Francione, what he's saying, it doesn't really have that much of an application in the real world, because you have a look at the way that things are, and the way that his page runs, and the discussions that you have with either himself or the moderators, is that it should be first exposure to this and you go vegan overnight. Well, it took me 3 weeks to go vegan overnight. I read about veganism, did a bit more research, ordered some books, thought, oh yeah, this will survive. And this is pre-internet days as well. So, then made the decision, hey, yeah, I'm going to go vegan overnight. I was still eating animal products and all that sort of stuff. By a certain extent, Francione may not approve of that, because, hey, admittedly I didn't see Francione's message at that time. But it's the thing, people have real world challenges. People have, other considerations in the real world. So this is one thing that I want to get clear, is that Francione doesn't speak for me. Francione doesn't speak for a lot of people. Francione doesn't speak to anyone involved in this movement. Francione speaks for the people that are involved in the counter movement. And you know, as I said, if I see one more person on YouTube getting on claiming that they know everything about abolition and all that sort of stuff, and you know, referencing Francione in this and Francione in that, well, he's not the only one. There are other people. If you haven't done your homework and you think Francione is the only person, well, you know, you're not in a position to talk about abolition or anything like that to anyone. So anyway, that was just a little rant on that one. Wanted to keep this short because I've got other rants about this subject that they're built on some of the other things discussed in that. So anyway, thank you for watching, and remember, what is it? Thumbs up, thumbs down, likes, comments, subscribe. You know the drama, you know the routine. So anyway, thanks for watching, and remember, don't fear the vegan police. We're here to help. Bye for now.